All right. So let's check this out. I haven't watched any of this. If you're new here to the channel, I like to react just because it's I guess it's more natural. I'm the type.
Is a city that
quiet. I'm the type that likes to see the lives, like the live streams of things. Like if there is something I'm watching and then a live stream comes on, I'd rather go watch the live stream because I can come back to the thing that I paused, right? I don't know, something about like, oh, it's happening right now. Like, it's not as fun for me to sit there and make a golem video. You know? I just don't want to make a golem video. But if I make a golem live and then I play Fortnite, like, and pretend like we're beating up some golems, you know?
listens. Even now, if you walk its streets at night, the stones seem to remember who passed over them centuries ago. In the late 1600s, those stones carried...
So I'm gonna say something right here. There's look, I've got the thing. Do you guys do the poll? It is, I don't even remember what I said. Can AI music be worship music? Yes or no? I'll tell you one thing. I like AI music. We started this stream with AI music. I don't like AI videos. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather do like hit play.
Fear as often as they carried footsteps. Fog clung to rooftops. Church bells rang through narrow streets. And behind the walls of the Jewish quarter, families learned to live quietly. Silence was safer than laughter.
Like look at things that are real. You know,
sound that echoed through.
Maybe hearing we don't need that confirmation, but with our eyes we need like a different part of the brain to activate, and it just doesn't do it right here.
The ghetto like a warning. Inside, candles burned low. Mothers pulled their children close. Fathers listened for trouble in every distant voice. Outside the walls, rumors moved freely.
A child has been taken.
What?
Taken! Someone has kidnapped a child.
A child had gone missing. No one...
What? I didn't know that's how this story started.
No one knew where the child was. No one knew who was responsible. But by
words and tones of the notes you're talking about in the music. Well, yeah, there's like GPT-1 music, and then there's like GPT-4 music. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like, give it a few years is what I'm saying. The medium. I consider AI as a medium. You got AI video, AI music, AI podcast, AI whatever. Give it a few years, I still won't like watching AI videos.
By morning, many believed they already had their answer.
I mean, this is better.
Lies rose again, dressed as new truth. The same accusation repeated across generations, sharpened by fear. The Jews of Prague had heard it before, and they knew what followed. Rabbi Judah Low watched the city from his study.
Okay, Judah Low. That's why I called this the Lion of Judah, because this guy's, of course, named Lion, son of this guy of Judah. Just wait. You'll hear more about this guy.
Sharpened by fear. The Jews of Prague had heard it.
Good morning.
Before,
good to see you.
And they knew what followed. Rabbi Judah Low watched the city from his study window. He had lived long enough to recognize the shape of danger before it arrived. His room was crowded with books, law, philosophy, and ancient...
Hold up. Law, philosophy. Talmudic scholar, sorry, that was kind of loud. Jewish mystic, mathematician, astronomer, a philosopher. For most of his life served as a leading rabbi. I think it was a rabbi. In Muklav, Moravia, Pragu, Bohemia. Wait, what? Wait. Oh, and Prague. I thought there was like. I thought this was like the Russian doll of cities. Like there was like cities and cities and cities. I grew up in the 7 cities on the East Coast, so it was kind of. I was like, oh, that's probably possible. Like Mikulova in Prague, but no. All right. Jewish philosophy and Jewish mysticism.
Texts that spoke of the hidden structure of the world. He believed that words mattered, that letters carried weight, that language itself had once shaped creation.
Oh, we gotta do sidebar. Enoch Watchers gave writing not good for man. I thought this one was interesting. Did I say this one last time? Why can't they just quote it? Quote it. Fine. Hey, what's the quote? What's the quote? There we go. And he instructed mankind writing in ink and paper, and thereby many sinned. For men were not created for such a purpose, to give confirmation to their good faith with pen and ink. 1 Enoch 69:9-11. He taught the men. Let's see. Wait. The name of the fourth is Penemu. This one showed the sons of men the bitter and the sweet. Is this why I used to have a Dr. Pepper addiction? Oh, by the way, I'm like 3 weeks clean. I had one Dr. Pepper because I was out doing. I had to go buy an excavator, so I just wanted to have some extra. But like, I'm 3 weeks clean. I've been off the Dr. Pepper for 3 weeks. All the secrets of their wisdom. We were to talk about it first and foremost. Yeah. I'm on this thing about trying to remember stuff again. I'm like, I need to like challenge myself to remember people's phone numbers, even though I never like use a phone anymore. He taught men the art of writing with ink and paper, and through this, many have gone astray from eternity to eternity and to this day. For men were not created for this, that they should confirm their faith like this with pen and ink. For men were created no differently from angels, from the angels, so that they might remain righteous and pure. And death, which destroys everything, would not have touched them. But through this knowledge of theirs, they are being destroyed. And through this power, death consumes them. This is very important to today, because the AI, I think I found my niche. The AI of the golems that I'm trying to present here, from the Judah ben Lows back in the 1500s. Nothing new under the sun, right? They're all of them are just large language models. They feed them a bunch of words. They don't feed them anything else. AI, when you say, hey, AI, take a picture, look at this picture, make a picture, it's only doing words back at you. Words and numbers.
Searches began 2 days later. Imperial officials entered the
I didn't know
ghetto
about
with
this
little
story of
patience
Prague
and no
behind it.
kindness. Homes were torn apart.
I feel like this was added later, like the story of Prague, and not the golem. So
These were questioned. Fear filled every room like smoke. The missing child was still nowhere to be found, and the longer the search went on, the closer violence
we need
crept.
technology to rescue us.
That evening, Rabbi Lowe stood before his students in
Hey,
the synagogue.
technology rescue us.
Their faces were pale, their voices quiet. We have prayed. What more can we do? The rabbi closed his eyes. He knew the answer.
What?
He had known it since the dream. There are moments, he said slowly, when waiting becomes another form of harm. That night, he made a choice no human should make lightly. He would create a protector. They went to the river.
Do we see where it went wrong? Do we all recognize the moment it went wrong?
After midnight, the Vltava moved slowly, dark and cold. From its banks, the rabbi and his students gathered clay and shaped it into the form of a man. It was tall and broad, with no expression, no breath. It looked a choice no human should make lightly. He would create a protector. They went to the river after midnight. The
Oh, protector! He's got guns.
Slowly, dark and cold. From its banks, the rabbi and his students gathered clay and shaped it into the form of a man. It was tall and broad, with no expression, no breath. It looked human, but empty, like a body waiting for a soul. They circled it, speaking ancient words. The air felt heavy, as if the world itself were listening. At last, Rabbi Lowe knelt and carved letters into the clay forehead.
He did what?
Emet. Truth. When he spoke the final sacred name, the clay drew in a breath.
What's it? Time out. What's sacred? What? What's sacred name?
The golem opened its eyes. The golem did not speak. It did not question its existence. It simply obeyed. At night, it walked the streets of the ghetto, silent, watchful. When men tried to plant false evidence, the golem stopped them with effortless strength. When danger approached, it stood between the innocent and the threat. Slowly, the accusations faded. The torches remained unlit. Children slept through the night. Laughter returned to the streets. Over
Utopia.
time, the golem began to change.
Universal basic
It moved
income.
faster. Its
wealth.
strength grew careless. Doors cracked beneath its hands. Walls broke when it passed too
Wait, what?
close. It followed commands, but
Wait,
without
what?
judgment, without
what?
restraint. One night, whether
Wait,
by
what?
forgetfulness or fate, the rabbi failed to deactivate the golem before the
What?
Sabbath.
No!
Or perhaps the creature had already grown beyond such limits.
Oh, it may have.
Became a threat. People ran from the very thing that had once saved them. Fear returned, heavier than before. Rabbi Lowe felt the full weight of his mistake. He led the golem into the attic of the old new synagogue,
You
where
think?
dust floated in pale moonlight. The golem stood before him, powerful and confused, waiting for
I
instruction.
made you from truth, but I did not teach you wisdom.
With trembling hands, he reached up and erased the first letter of the word on the golem's forehead. Emet became Met. Life became death. The golem collapsed, returning to clay, its strength dissolving into dust and silence. The clay was hidden away, sealed from curious eyes. The danger passed, the city moved on. But legends do not fade as easily as people. Some say the golem still lies in the attic, waiting for a time when it will be needed again. Others say it never existed at all, but Prague remembers.
It remembers. Prague. Prague remembers.
Judah Loew ben Bezalel was something of a major scholar back in the 16th century, and seemed to have a high standing of political power. But the Czech Republic would not be kind to Judah Loew, despite his position.
He's
In
got
fact,
high power in the
this would serve
government.
to work against him when slanderous allegations were made about him and his family, as well as his dedication to the faith of Judaism. In fact, the slander would become so
This one's got life though. This one's got life. This one is. Oh, where was that website? Hold on, there was a good one. This is from the what is this? Judisches? I've never heard. What is that? Museum Berlin. For 200 years, legends have gathered around it. The golem assumes the role of an assistant on a specific mission. In these stories, the soulless artificial helper often runs amok, becomes a danger to its creator. Why are people weird? 2010, someone makes a motif of Rabbi Lowe bathing. Get out. Why? Jewish town halls. Rabbi Lowe's grave. Old New Synagogue. What that makes a lot of sense. That makes perfect sense. That's a lot of sense. The Roman god Vertumnus, with his face composed like vegetables. Okay. But this is the interesting part. What is, if this is 1916, why is this face looking thing the same looking thing that they're, what do they call these? The Gray's Anatomy alien? Why is this the repeated figure? I don't have social media, but I think it's interesting that, like, I'm seeing videos on YouTube that they're like, look at all the UFO exposure stuff right now. It's just, you know, like, are they pushing UFO on social media? Are they pushing the gray aliens again? Are the golems coming back? Are they going to give life to these things? They've retold this story over and over and over again. 1920s. I wonder why this story gets retold. Oh, there it is. Found it. The question of whether humans can create artificial life, and if so, how, is addressed in the Talmud. Frogs. Interesting. That's interesting you say that. Are you talking about, like, Revelation, like frogs coming out of their mouth? That's where I went when you said frogs. When you said frogs, I went frogs spewing out of their mouth. I gotta study the book. I don't know. Is it out of the, what, out of the mouth of what? Whoa. Whoa. Wait a second. The humanoid? And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. I don't know. I'm playing. I don't know. It's addressed in the Talmud, one of the most important collections of the Jewish writings since antiquity. According to the Talmud, the righteous are theoretically capable of creating a world, but their creative abilities are limited by their sins. Isn't that interesting? Nevertheless, pious Jewish mystics in southern Germany made their first concrete attempts to create a golem in the Middle Ages. In doing so, they sought to express their proximity to God and obtain spiritual perfection. At the center of the act of creation were specific combinations of Hebrew letters said to animate a golem formed of clay or dust. Unlike later golem legends, these Jewish mystics were predominantly focused on the process of creation. The procedure itself was more important than the purpose the golem might serve. Like, that's the question I always ask. Why make them a humanoid? Why do they have to be a human looking thing? Like, this guy doesn't have human legs. Like, don't make the top with, what is the head for? Like, we don't need a head. We don't need, like, half of that. If you want to make a robot that does stuff for people, it doesn't have to look like a golem. The creative power of the alphabet. What were we talking about? For Panumu taught the men an art of writing in ink and paper. Through this, many have gone astray from eternity to eternity and to this day. The first practical instructions on creating a golem can be found in the medieval commentaries' Book of Creation. In these golem recipes, combinations of letters from the Hebrew alphabet with the letters of God's name play a central role. Are we like about to, like, did we just give Google the secrets? Oh man. They're like, look it up. Go look it up. Find the Book of Creation. Put it in Gemini 4. We're doing it. He said it. Sometimes the instructions are accompanied by cosmological diagrams. Diagramos. Let me see. They would use cosmological charts, wheels of letters, indicating the precise configurations of letters. These are probably the ones they were actually using right here. Some of these. Right? Some Roman and Greek looking ones. Look, here's some Hebrew looking one right here. What? No, I don't want to do this. No, back out. Remember when Google just made the picture bigger? Remember that? Does anybody remember that? When they just made the picture bigger? Whoa, watch out for that one. Watch, back, exit, get out. Wheels of letters indicating precise configurations, celestial constellations, magical art of creation. When a person performs this act of incarnation, even small errors can have grave consequences, the recipes warn. Oh man, you know what that just reminded me of? Oh, there's a game called Quantum Error. Quantum error correction? Even small errors have grave consequences? The recipes warn? Look at this thing. Snake eating the tail. Fourth century Spain. Oh, look at this. As you scroll down. So is there nothing new under the sun? Do you know the statue of Baal and Baal and stuff? And like, why is everything, what's the word? He and she? Like, look at this. Like medieval mystics, somebody, people collaborated to create this life-size Golem 2, combining elements of photography. So this is modern, right? Poetry and body art. Why is it a female head and a male torso? That one. Yeah. That androgyny. I don't want to say it too much. So look at this, 1970s. So this has been like literally, oh, I exited out of my robot. This has been like what they've wanted for going on what, 600 years now? 700 years now? Once the Golem's power is unleashed, it can no longer be controlled. Look at this 1916 painting. Oh, here we go. This is the circuit board of Golem Aleph, produced in 1963 and is currently in possession. Hold on. He gave an Israeli mainframe computer the name Golem Aleph, expressing his hope that the machine would remain peaceful. This is the circuit board of Golem Aleph. I didn't even know this stuff. Produced in 1690 in the Jewish, same place we were just looking at. Oh, wait, no wonder. I'm not a bot. This guy's a bot. I'm not a bot. Hey. Whoa. The high-tech golem of Rehovot? Rehovot? What do the Golem of Prague and one of Israel's first computers have in common? In just 70 short years, Israel has become known worldwide as the startup nation. What began as a little country that could has become a leading nation in the world of technological innovation. While in today's day and age, we are lucky enough to have a computer in every home and an even smaller computer in the form of a cell phone in every pocket, it is hard to imagine that the world's first computers once filled entire rooms and sometimes entire buildings. Israel's first computer, a project that was spearheaded by Professor Professor Chaim El-Pakaris, at the behest of Chaim Weizmann, the Wahizak, an acronym. Oh, good use of the word. Good use of the word there, because it's a word that you can. Good, thank you. Weizmann Automatic Computer took up the space of a large auditorium. The project cost about $50,000, approximately 20% of the Weizmann Institute's annual budget at the time. After a year of dedicated work and preparation, the project was completed in 1955, and the Weizmann, I'm sorry, performed its first calculations. In 1959, after about 4 years of work, the Weizmann began to fail, and a new computer was designed to take its place. The new machine was completed in 1963, and the Weizmann was shut down to make room for the next model. Upon hearing of the completion of the next generation computer, Gershom Scholem reached out to Pekaris and suggested the name Golem Aleph. Look at that. How will the new Golem help Israel? How? Tell me, how will it help Israel? Please. No, it won't. It won't help Israel. No, back out. No, that's not it. No, I don't want to hear. I don't want to see that. They've got missiles. I got to back out quick on that one, y'all. I got to, real quick. They got missiles. The Weizmann Institute. Dr. Perkins agreed to the suggestion, but only on condition that the Scholem would come to the dedication ceremony for the new computer. That Scholem, the guy, would come to the new computer and explain why it should be named so. Gershom Scholem, I think I'm saying that right, Scholem, was invited to attend and give the opening remarks at the dedication of Weizmann Institute, what he referred to as the Golem of Rehovot. In his remarks, Scholem provided that what he felt was an obvious comparison between the classic tale of the Golem and the brand new computer. Rabbi Yehuda ben Bazahel, the Lion of Judah, known in Jewish tradition as the Mahara of Prague, is credited by Jewish popular tradition with the creation of a golem. Here we go. You ready for this? The Golem of Prague was built from clay, and once the body was complete, the rabbi put an ineffable name of God in the figure's mouth, and the golem came to life. The golem performed for his master, protecting the Jews from anti-Semitic attacks. I didn't write this. With all of his powers, the golem was not granted the power of speech. Wait a second. This is new. One Friday, the rabbi forgot to put the golem to rest for the Sabbath, as he was accustomed to, and the golem suddenly grew in size, and in a fit of rage, went on a destructive rampage. When the news reached the synagogue where the rabbi was praying, he rushed out of the street to confront his own creature. Rabbi Lo stretched out his arm and tore the holy name out of the golem's mouth, returning him to his original form of clay. We can unplug him, can't we? See? I told you we can unplug him. I knew it. I knew it. Today's specialists develop artificial creations that simulate consciousness, store memories, and express aggression or empathy. Machines and robots with complex algorithms perform a wide range of functions. By extension, they can be seen as modern golems, standing for the ambiguity of hope and skepticism and danger in the face of the achievements of a world increasingly dominated by technology. Yeah, the Hulk grew, didn't he? I'm angry! And he grew. Whoa. Yeah. You were saying about those DC idols. That's just like those. It's crazy because I saw... I forced myself once to watch most of those films. And then, like, it was just... It's just... I can't. It's literally this. It's literally this. It's like, hey, watch my action film and then go buy all my products. It's not even interesting. And like by the third like time you see the same guy, it's like, ugh. And then the Jarvis guy comes to life, like their AI in the movie. What is it? Iron Man. The Jarvis guy comes to life, and this is gonna bring it back. Jarvis, Iron Man, right? This guy, not that guy, but this guy comes to his computer comes to life. Right? That's why you got those podcasters already calling their computers Jarvis. They want the golem to come to life. They want, and it's interesting too. There's another thing. Like, think about all the things that you like watch as a child, and it's like it's conditioning you for like the future. Like, if 12 years of going to school is making you like understand how to work for this system, well, I'm sure like the 12 years of all the popular movies during that same time was like conditioning you for the future system too, right? The kids growing up, well, the kids got to get conditioned that the robots are gonna be working and not them. I enjoyed them too. I enjoyed them after Awakening, but I just saw them for what they were, and I was like, I'm glad I didn't actually start being like a big fan before I just watched them to watch them. I never really liked movies. If somebody wanted to watch a movie, I'd watch a movie. And I was just like, oh, that's on. But when I was going through the time frame of all the, I think it was the Iron Man movies specifically, whatever series that is that DC or the other one, whichever one it is. I would realize that I only watched like 3 of like 25 of the movies ever in my entire life. So when I watched them now, I watched the majority of them Awakened, and I was like, look at that, I see. I was like, that's weird. Why are we so excited about this guy? He's actually a loser. Have you? It's just I mean, okay. just like the Iron Man of today, right? Just like the Iron Man of today. I'm like, why are you guys, even Christians, they look at the guy, they're like, who's the owner of X? This guy? They're like, look at the Iron Man. Look at him. Look at him laugh at us. All I know is like, it's interesting to me. I don't like reading, like I don't focus on, I like reading it. Let me take that back. I like reading it. I just don't focus on it specifically because like if this is applied for every generation ever, then like what makes us think we're a new generation that it could apply to? But sometimes it's fun to go in there, you know, and look at things, and you're like, when you apply some of the stuff to some of the stuff, it's interesting. You know? Like, what was it? Great Heat. Where is it? Are we in 16? What chapter is it here? You can guide me, or I could just search it up. What chapter is it where he's talking about the second beast and the first beast? Second beast gave I don't think it was breath, but it was like image, something like that. Something. Go quick. 13. Nope, beat you. Here we go. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. You know, like I always think about this one now in this same aspect of like, why did they call it Golem Aleph? Right? Why did this become all of a sudden? Today, I didn't really connect Jewish mysticism with AI. This is all brand new to me. Like I didn't realize there was Jewish mysticism all up and down, literally calling the things golem. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven and on the earth in sight of men. I mean, this is Palantir. This is the Palantir robot, right? Palantir. You haven't seen Palantir's robot yet, but when you do, you'll be like, oh, Palantir's got a robot? That's crazy. No way. Like, and deceiveth them that dwell on earth by the means of these miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. So, like, if somebody was like, oh, that must be God doing that, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. I mean, I just like watch out for that guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You can apply multiple, like, go back to 1990 and then you could apply it in 1990 for something going on then. All I'm saying is, that's weird. That's weird. The golem of today. Rabbis who call themselves the Lion of Judah. Or other people do. You know? This Talmud here. I don't like it. Lowe's numerous philosophical works have become cornerstones of Jewish thought. Straight from the Sefaria website. Look at that. And he was the author of one of the most creative and original systems of thought developed by Eastern European Jewry. What would we call Eastern European Jewry today? I don't know. Maybe we should, let's ask the Golem. Golem, speak to me. Eastern European Jewry is considered What in modern terms be specific. Be specific. Oh, no, he didn't. You know, in modern historical and sociological terms, Eastern European Jewry is most specifically understood as Ashkenazi Jewry of Eastern Europe, an ethno-religious diaspora population. Ashkenazi Jews, an ethno-religious group descending from the medieval Jewish communities in the Rhineland, who later migrated eastward, who lived primarily in the territories Poland, Lithuania, Commonwealth, later the Russian Empire, and areas of present-day Ukraine, Belarus, and Romania. That's weird. Where did I see that? Where did we see that? That's weird. Eastern European Jewry. That's what I first thought too, but like these things, it's not a coincidence that they keep happening. Like I'm not signed in. I'm on guest. Like it's not saying, "Oh, you know who you are." We know I'm like, you know? Golem in the Bible. There's one place for it. It's in Psalm 139:16, and it's used in the context of like an empty vessel. Thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect, and in thy book all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there was none of them. Sometimes you don't want to, look at this like, if it's used one time, my substance yet being imperfect, it is in the verse of like being born, but like more of like an empty frame, I would say. I don't know. Let's see. If I say, surely the darkness shall overwhelm me, and the light about me shall be night, even the darkness hideth not from thee. But the night shineth as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to thee. Here we go. For thou didst form my inward parts. Thou didst cover me in my mother's womb. I will give thanks unto thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. My frame was not hidden from thee, when I was made in secret and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Thine eyes did see mine golem, and in thy book thy were all written. They were all written. This is even American Standard Version. It's still hard. Even the days that were ordained for me, when as yet there were none of them. Unformed substance. Unformed substance. Interesting. They named their first thing. Isn't Aleph the first? Isn't that the first letter? That's Aleph. I think that's the first letter, right? First letter of the Hebrew alphabet. So they named their circuit board Unformed Thing A. Or if you want to go just as Strong says it, Embryo A. They named their computer chip Embryo A. That's even weirder. That's even weirder. Embryo A. Hey guys, what should we name our we should name it Embryo A. Straight from the Judicious Museum Berlin, Ashkenazi Jewry of Eastern Europe. Right here. Still out here today. running these streets. Here we go. He used biblical verses, but through literary and conceptual analysis, he developed these into comprehensive philosophical systems. You know, this is my fear with the like. Let's see, Bible AI. Unbiased Bible study tool. When does the day... What? You have to accept that I'm 13? Tell me when the day begins. I demand you. If one of these things pops, you know, if one of these things pops up because it's Sunday, right? If one of these things pops up and says, it's Sunday Sabbath, the Lord's day, and it doesn't work, oh, that's the golem. That's the golem. He didn't let it. He didn't let it. He didn't turn it off. All right, hold on. We'll try a different one. Pulpit AI. Try it now for free. How are you going to lie to me? You're a Bible and you lie right on. Okay, wait, try it for free. Here we go. Okay. I read it wrong. I take it back. Okay, sign up. Okay. All right, now. I thought this said try it free and then it took me to the pay page. Here we go. Bible AI. Here we go. Woo! When does the day begin? Oh. Yeah. The Bible indicates that the day begins at different times. Okay. That's actually... I don't, you know. Calling the light day in the evening, in the morning, the first day. Okay. The Sabbath began at evening in the Old Testament. See, it gives us Leviticus, Numbers. Our notes. Why are you putting notes? Why? Hey, BibleAI.com. Why are you putting our notes? Why would you ever put our notes? The new day begins in the evening. When the sun departs. Oh, you're saying the new day begins in the evening? So you're saying evening is the new day? All the days start in the evening? So like you start Sabbath Friday evening? And then Saturday evening you're done with Sabbath? Is that what you're saying? Then how come like this was the thing I was trying to prove. Like the AI is going to be so biased because it's going to only spit back what everybody's saying that is they don't take the actual time to look at it though. You can ask, we'll ask new chat. Watch, I'll show you. New chat here. I'm not signed in. According, this is what I was trying to prove because I'm actually working on like this type of stuff behind the scenes. I've got a lot of Bible AI stuff. Like this is actually my Bible AI site where if you ask George when, but mine is only through ChatGPT. So like I'm using some other person's thing. They called the day darkness, evening and morning were the first day, right? Like it's similar. All of these things spit out basically the same similar stuff. According to the Bible text only. The issue is the way these things are trained is that they get trained on the Bible once, but they get trained on multiple commentaries of the Bible, which could reinforce certain things that aren't scriptural. Yeah, I'm going to show you. We'll go through this together if you have the time. I'll show you why I think it starts in the morning, at sunrise. According to the Bible text only, when does the day begin? So it's going to usually spit out the same things. It's going to bring in the Leviticus because it says evening to evening Sabbath. Usually all the same arguments. A matter is established by two or more witnesses. Yeah. Well, I'll show you. Okay. Based on the wording of a creation account. Yeah. Show me passages. Yes. Show me the counter argument. There we go. See, even it. So even it is being biased to the counter argument by only giving the examples. So this is my point. If you sit here and we're just using ChatGPT as like a search engine and just asked it real quick one question, you would get the layered on human response to it. But you wouldn't get the logical breakdown of the actual question you're trying to reach, right? So like, these are good arguments. The daily offering, morning first, right? These are things I would say. Altar every morning. But it even skips the things that I want to prove, the things that like literally stand out to me. Like it doesn't mention the two big ones. Yeah, I'm sure you don't use GPT. What I'm saying is, let's say you and 15 of your people who have studied this had commentary that they wrote on this. The GPT got trained on 15 people saying that commentary and only one time of the Bible. I don't know, maybe they did 2 times of the Bible, 3 times of the Bible, but how these things learn and how we train them, because how I'm looking in the back, like how they actually work, investing money in them. Like I've got a $4,000 machine that I use just to build these things. Among other things, I'm building like a smart home and other things. But how you train it, you don't if they're basically searching the internet and taking all this stuff from the internet and putting it in their GPT, well, they're taking everybody who ever commented, oh, I believe it started in the morning, oh, I believe it started in the evening, and they're putting it together. So when they say here's the argument and here's the counter argument, you can literally look and see, yeah, that's the arguments everyone says. But it leaves out always, no matter how many times I've tried this, it leaves out the 2 big ones. So here we go. What about Jericho and the manna? Good, they're often brought in this. Yeah, don't lie to me. They rose at dawn, right? Day begins at dawn over here. Activity started in the morning. The manna appeared in the morning. 6 days you shall gather it, but on the 7th day, which is the Sabbath, there will be none. Eat it today, for today is the Sabbath to the Lord. Today you will not find it in the field. Tomorrow is a rest, a holy Sabbath. So the only arguments. So let's see. So if you go back up here, the evening ones, right? This one could go either way. This one, the Genesis stuff, that could go any way, because there's translations out there that the evening and the morning and then the day was completed, the morning, the evening. This could go either way in Genesis. And I think everybody agrees on it when they talk about this, right? Daylight begins in the morning, but so does the day, like when you count the day. And I'll give you another example too. But Genesis could go both ways. Evening to evening, you shall keep your Sabbath. In Leviticus 23, that's talking about what's that? The Day of Atonement. If you're a Levite, and we all know, and even GPT brought it up. If you're a Levite, you have the morning and evening sacrifice. So if every single day of the year starts in the morning, I think it would be important. I'm not arguing with you. I'm actually making this as a video. I think it would be important that they would separate the time that you must start. Like, if you're going to start something in the evening the day before, so from the evening of the 9th day until the following evening, you are to observe your Sabbath. It's just saying, hey, you're going to add 12 hours to your Sabbath. You're going to start from the evening the day before, right? So that's where that one is. I think the argument is the opposite, where they're like, see, they're taking 1 day or 2 days, because what is the other one? Passover, right? They're taking 2 days out of a 364-day year and saying that's how every single day should be. Whereas my argument is, out of 364 days of the year, 2 of the days are taking and telling you to start the day before. Like they're making sure that you notice the difference on these 2 days. And just because Nehemiah did something before Sabbath at sunset, you know, I don't, you know, like Jewish tradition and stuff, you know, where we at? Where's, you know? But here we go. So I threw in the Joshua argument, or Jericho argument, not Joshua, Jericho argument, the manna argument, and then also the one that always gets forgotten is in book of Matthew, the parable of hired servants gives the daytime timeline, and it matches the day of Jesus, I don't even know how to spell this, crucifixion, something like that. There's an X in there somewhere for some reason. Starts, oh wait, can only start in the morning. Verify. What? Stay logged out. Parable of the workers in the vineyard. So he goes out early in the morning, hires again in the 3rd hour, again in the 6th hour, and then the 9th hour, and the 11th hour, and then when evening came, payment occurs. And if you know Torah, you have to pay them by the end of the day, right? So everybody's like, oh, you pay them by evening, so that's the argument there, right? What about there's no light to work in? That's my argument. There's no light. So if a day starts in the morning, you start your hours. I think Jesus said there was, 12 hours in a day? So where was it at? Here we go. Crucified in the 3rd hour, darkness from the 6th to the 9th hour, which was noon, dies around the 9th hour, which is 3 p.m. Before evening, they arrive to bury him. Does it require not day boundaries? Okay, that's a good argument. Those 2 days are high Sabbaths you do not want to defile by being late. Same for weekly Sabbaths. What 2 days? What 2 days are you talking about? If I can get this to zoom in. That's all it's going to show me? I don't know if you can see. I can't pull up my own Can't pull on my own chart here to see the full thing. It won't let me. Why is YouTube like this? It won't even show me the whole thing. It just shows me the screen grab. Let me see here. Might be able to pull it up on this computer. Aha! Here we go. Which 2 days are high Sabbaths? You've got Sabbath on unleavened, and you got Sabbath on the weekday Sabbath. You got Sabbath on the last day of unleavened bread. See, the problem is when you put in 12 hours, or when you do it from the night, you have to add 12 hours here. There's 12 hours somewhere in here that you have to add because you started at night. But the Bible says he started in the day, right? He was crucified in the day, and he had to be in there for 3 days, resurrected on the Sabbath. Before it began to dawn, the tomb was discovered empty. I didn't mean for it to go this way, and I was trying to engage with GR, but I don't know where she went. I don't know where she went. But yeah. The reason I brought this up is because if the future AI is if the future Bible study is AI, we've got issues. We got issues. We got problems. Look, the day is also a time to seek God. Where says who? Says your cross reference note? I would say like all the time. A day, a time. Look, the day is a time to start in the book. What book? What are you talking about? The first moments of the day, then you link me to this desiringgod.org article. This is Bible study of 2026. And it's because it's just nothing but, hey, let's feed man's commentary into this man machine and think we don't get man out of it. Right? Let's put some man women in this. Let's do some Jewish mysticism in this. Let's put some alphabets into this. Let's put some words made of man words, men's words into this, right? For men were created no differently than the angels, so that they may remain righteous and pure, right? But this fallen angel taught men the art of writing with ink and paper. Where they have commentaries, right? Where it's just some man's opinion spit back from the golem. The golem, who's now going to basically control what you do, how you do it, when you do it. Oh, you can't see? Hold on. I'm scrolling in the background. I got the calendar up. My bad. The golem of the future, right? I mean, it was named Golem Aleph back in 1963. Bible AI. Even at this point, like I've got this one, I don't even like just it spitting back a Bible verse. I don't think that's right. I gotta stop calling it George. This AI thing is a problem. It's a problem because nobody is gonna know how it works. And why would they care? Why would they care how it works if like it cleans for them, it changes their oil for them? You know? Why? Why would we care when we could just sit here and you know what? We just play Fortnite all day, every single day, and let the Golem robot just teach me about the Bible. I'm making that a decree. I'm making that a decree. As anti-cult king leader. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Lion of Judah and the Golem. I'm going to be playing some Fortnite before I actually go change my oil. I gotta get that lawnmower running. Hey, yo, did you know I thought I had like years of bad lawnmower experience? I'm like, oh, this lawnmower, I took care of it. How I even like make sure it's like everything's, but it's like hard starting, and I gotta sit there and like let it warm up in like the summer heat, and like in the middle of noon, it'll warm up and it'll start, and I'm like sitting here like I don't know what's going on. So like this winter, it's warming up, and I'm like, hey, let me get this thing started. I got like 3 batteries hooked up to it. I got the charger. I got everything, and I'm going. You gotta sometimes let the battery get back. And guess what? There's this like little choke throttle thing on the front, and I forgot that I took the console off one time to fix something. Like in the so while I was like, I'm like, let me just play around with this thing. I just barely touched it, and it did the choke that it needed to choke, and started right up. So for 2 years, I just needed to get in. My lawnmower is a race car for some reason. That was it. So yeah, I'm gonna go change.